A woman who places her trust in God will wait. She will pray. She will feel weary. She may even wonder if God hears her. But she will not give up. She will keep believing, keep hoping, and keep praying. And one day, when it feels least expected, God's promise will come to pass. She knows this truth. God is preparing more than she ever imagined, but it will come in His timing, not hers. That woman is you, reading this now. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Grab your gloves because we're about to pour some magic. My name is Tammy, and I'm so glad you joined the chaos with me today. We're going to be making another one of my 10 Commandment pieces. This one's going to be for my daughter. She wants it black, white, and gold. And she wants me to dust in the grapes, the leaves, and then some other areas in here. It'll be beautiful if I can pull it off. I'm just not sure how the grapes and the leaves are going to tie in with that black, white, and gold, but we'll see. If she doesn't like it, I can just take it on down to my local assisted living or nursing home, and they can use it for bingo night winnings or, something like that. So there's always a place it can go. Also, I've had some comments where friends shared an idea they learned from other artists using UV resin to emboss or deboss with. So we will try that, and I will show you why it isn't permanent and why I don't use it to deboss or emboss a casting with. So if you'd like to see how I get on with that, kick back, relax, and let's get to it. I've pulled out a bunch of different chrome powder sets. This is the Matio. So let's see if we can get these colors right for our grapes and leaves. Grapes are all different colors. There's different kind of grapes, and they're all not the same color. I know I want to go with this right here, the chartreuse yellow. You guys know I love that for a green. It's beautiful. So I'm going to use that for my leaves. So now we need to figure out what we're going to use for the grapes. I think I've got my colors picked out. You know how the red grapes have that, like they look like they have a dust or a film over them? I think this color right here, out of the Saya, would give us that look. What do you think? I hope so. So that's the color we're going to go with for the grapes. And then we're going to go with these two greens for the leaves, because I want to blend these two colors together in the leaves. And then our area here, I'm just going to use my Matio Chameleon Mica Powder in Silence Forest. It has a gold hues. See that? So that's what we're going to do. I hope it turns out beautiful. I'm going to mix up some resin, but first we're going to dust in this inlay, and then we'll mix up our resin and get started. I have everything laid out here, and what I like to do is just put a little bit of each color out here, and I just pick it up off of my paper towel. And that's just how I like to do it. I think that controls the flyaways a lot for me. I have 4 different brushes here that I'm going to move back and forth from. I have my little brush cleaner here. And I'm going to start with let's go ahead and do this area, maybe, the outline, and then we'll do the grapes and leaves last. Yeah, so let's start there. So I'm just going to do it like that. All right, that's how I'm going to do that. So I'll go ahead and finish the outline, and then I'll meet you back. I pulled out this other color, Aurora Forest by Saya, and I'm going to do the little area, the little vine in that. Hopefully that will be pretty. I noticed while I was brushing that in that I didn't have a color for that, so that's what we're going to use. Let me get you down a little bit. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that right here. Just like that. And I'll meet you back when I'm finished. I've got quite a bit done. But what I want to show you right quick too, that's easy for that cleanup, is to take this tape and just go over that. And it can't get down into the cracks there. So you're just picking it up, and you don't have to use something else to clean it up. Just tape. So that's the good thing about this. All right, now I'm going to move on to the leaves and the grapes. And how I'm going to do that is, I want the leaves to be two different colors, but blended. So let me show you how I'm going to do that before I put you on a time lapse and finish it up. Because I'm taking my time, and it's taking me a little while. So let me see. I think I might use this brush for the leaves and this one for the grapes. Oh, I'm going to need another one for the leaves. I'm going to choose this one. Make sure it's clean. I'm just going to take this green and the chartreuse yellow. I'm picking up the green right now. And I'm just going to kind of do it like that. Then I'm going to go in and get some of that chartreuse yellow. And just kind of blend the two colors. Just like that. And that kind of gives the leaf a realistic look to me. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do my leaves. Now let's do a grape. I'll show you how that's going to turn out. I hope this color is going to work for the grapes. If it doesn't, then we'll know next time, you know? But I think it's going to make a beautiful red grape. What do you think? My daughter's seen the first one that I made of this. My oldest. And she just, her mouth flew open. And she said, "Mom, would you please make me one of those for my house?" I said, "Yes, I will." And then I had her tell me the colors she wanted. And I didn't know she was going to put it in her living room, or I would have known exactly what color she wanted. But she told me the colors, and then I thought, that's probably going to be beautiful. So I got excited about making it. And here we are. All right, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll meet you back. I've finished brushing in my inlay and done the cleanup on it. So now what we're going to do is lay it into our tray. I see something in there. I'm going to get it right quick. I went through my tray with tape already. I'm just going to do it again real quick. Okay, there we go. Now let's get this down in there. I think that looks about right. Yeah. That looks good. I trimmed the inlay up a little bit more because I just think this looks a little bit better. So I took some more off the edges, looking at my last piece I made, and I'm going to see how this looks. So now let's lay it down in here, and we'll get a little bit more of our color now on the edges, and it won't be that much to clean up either, or to fix, you know, to get it how you want it. So now I'm just lining it up, making sure I've got it pretty even. And if you buy one of these inlays from me, you can trim it how you want. Or you can leave it how it comes, whatever you would like to do. But I would definitely do a little bit of trim on it. And that also depends on what you're going to put it in. If you're going to put it in a bigger tray than what I've got it in, I wouldn't do any cutting on it. But if you're going to fit it to size something else, then you might want to trim it a little bit to your liking. So I think that looks really good. All right, we're going to stick with this. I like the placement in there. It's looking good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mix up our colors. We're also going to go ahead and do this turtle so everyone can see how it turns out. I've placed the eyes in it already in there with a little bit of UV resin. And then on the bottom of this plug, I'm not going to pull it out because it might pull my resin out. But underneath this plug here, I put a little bit of Bond Crafter epoxy resin. I let that cure, and then I put my plug down on top of that. I'm going to make the center a shaker. So we'll go ahead and pour this turtle too, and we can demold that together and see how it looks. I also made a few of these that Jeannie got me in some Happy Mail. This is for nails, and I let my resin get really thick, and then I dropped it in. Isn't that cute? So cute. Such a cute little flower. And here's the little black one. This was extra resin I had left over. That turned out cute. You can embellish with these. And there's that one. Here's one of the leaves. Turned out super cute. You might be able to see it better on my black glove. Really cute. And there's several of those that I did. That little bitty one. That one. And there's some long ones. Long leaves. There's that one. I got a little bubble in that one. Look at that one. Isn't that beautiful? That turned out beautiful. Beautiful. You can also do these in UV resin because the mold is clear all the way through. Look at this one, you guys. That's my favorite out of all of them. Isn't that stunning? So beautiful. That one's pretty too. I think I got a tiny bubble in that one. I didn't put enough resin in that one, but what would look cute with these three is a little diamond in the center of them, or a little tiny bead. Like, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. One of Laura's little mini beads, but I'd get it in a different color, or make the flower a different color, and then put that in the center. That would be beautiful. think these might fit in here. There we go. Now I can use them in some project. Thank you so much, Jeannie. That is a really cute mold. Okay, we've got a resin here. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of this resin, clear, nothing in it. And we're going to drop it in the area where we have the chrome powders. And we're going to let it almost cure. And then we'll pour our colors in. And the reason I want to do it that way is to really make my grapes and my leaves look 3D. And to keep the chrome powders from blending in with my other colors. So I'm just going to drop in the resin in the areas that I want it. And then we'll let it cure for a little while. And I'll let you know exactly how long I'll let it cure before we do the next step. Okay? Now I'm just going to go through and I'm going to do the whole inlay like this, only where the chrome powders are brushed in at. Alright, I've got all that in there, the resin. So I'm going to set it over here on my other table and we'll get started on the turtle. Okay, that center there is an odd shape. And I thought this was in there, but it wasn't. It wasn't sticking to the resin. But there's the little pool of resin I put in there. So I went and got some different plugs. And I think I'm going to stick with this one. I'm just going to stick it right there because it's working a lot better. So that's the one we're going to use. Alright, let me see. What are we going to do for colors for this turtle? Okay, let's do him swimming pool in the octopus fluid inks. So I'm going to spritz some alcohol down in there. Make sure I get some in the head. And let's go ahead and pour some resin in him. And I'm going to stop right there before I fill him up. Got a little bubble right there. Make sure we don't have any bubbles. I hope I don't have any in his head. And then we're going to go ahead and let's add some of these flakes here. I think they will be beautiful. And then I'm just going to try to push some of these in the head too. So we'll have a few in there. Alright, now we're going to go in with the swimming pool. And I'm just going to take this, let's see. I'm going to use this little silicone tool and try to push some of that ink up in the head. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't knock his eye out. Oh, Lord. Now let's add some more resin to him. Okay, I'm going to take my heat gun, move it around, pop any surface bubbles. Spritz some alcohol. And then we're going to put him to the side and let him cure. And I've got some more here that I want to fill up. This is my little crab that's holding a pearl. So I've placed in a few things in him. I want to fill him up. And this is one of my shaker turtles. I put flowers in it, so I want to fill that up. And this turtle right here has some of this. It's real pretty. I got it off of Temu a couple of years ago. And it's real pretty in resin. Got different colors. So I trimmed some of that and put it in there. I had some in the center, but the center, you can't really put nothing in there. So I took it out because it was poking up a lot. So let's fill these up. Let's take this Fantasy Midnight Sky glitter from Laura's Art Corner and put it in this one. I think that dark color behind these pretty bright flowers would be pretty. So let's check that out. We don't need a lot to fill the turtle up. I'm going to try to get that. There we go. Take that out the center because I don't want it there. Oh, no, look what I did. Oh, goodness. Sorry about my mess, you guys. I know it's not beautiful. The glitter is, but not the mess. I'll get it cleaned up here in a little bit. Take my heat gun, run it around that one, and get our little turtle here. And then this one. Spritz them with some alcohol. And then we're finished. I got a little bit of that orange in them, so I'm just going to clean it out. Here we go. Now I'm going to clean my mess up. And then I'll just do a few shakers with this. Like the top. See, I'll just pour a little bit of resin in there. Put some glitter, some beads or something, and then do my next layer. I like to do them in 2 to 3 layers. Alright, I'll meet you back when it's time to do the next step on our 10 Commandments piece. See you later. I think we can go ahead and pour the black and white in our tray here because it's not fully cured. I let it cure for about 4 hours. I timed it and it's been 4 hours. So it's real sticky, but not enough to pull strings out of it, if that makes sense. It's probably just sticky enough to where I could stick that in there and pull that whole leaf out. So I mixed up some Bond Crafter epoxy resin and split it into these 2 cups here. It's not quite even. I need to pour a little bit in there. I think they'll be even then. Nope. I think I poured too much. There we go. I did 16 ounces because that was the biggest cup I had. Where'd it go? Right here. That Laura sent me from Laura's Art Corner. And this was the biggest one I had, that's 16 ounces. So I did, I split it into this one and this one. So there's 8 in here and 8 in here. And I think we did the last tray we done. It was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, goodness. I can't remember how many ounces it held. It was 10 the first time, 4 the second time, and 4 the third time. So 18. I think it was 18 ounces. I don't know. We'll see. This is 16 ounces. I could be wrong. And we're going to use my Tea Expert white and black pigment paste. And I was thinking about putting this glitter in there, the rose gold glitter. But then I thought that might be too much gold, because we're going to do the lettering in gold. So I think the safest way to play this is going to be use the black and the white pigment paste and then do the lettering in gold. Because I'm afraid that if I put the gold glitter in there, it's really going to throw the whole tray off. So let's just go ahead and do it this way. I'm going to mix up the black and white. That might be enough. You don't have to use a lot when you're using pigment paste. Yeah, that's plenty. I think what I'm going to do is put these in my split cup. This is a 6-way split cup. So we can do 3 black and 3 white. And that way we can pour it all together. Let's just do that. I know it's going to be a lot of cleanup, but I think it'll be fun. I'm going to spritz some alcohol in the edges so we don't get any bubbles in the edges. And then I'm going to put some on the inlay here. So hopefully we don't get any there. And here we go. Okay, and then this is what I have left. So I'm just going to pour it like that. Okay, now I'm going to use my heat gun, and I'm just going to run it through and pop any surface bubbles. And now, I'm going to take this little silicone tip stick right here, and I'm just going to move through it a little bit, making some little wispy woos. Just like that. I don't want to muddy it up a lot because I think I used a little bit too much black. Alright, I'm going to spritz some alcohol on it to pop any of the surface bubbles. And then I'm going to cover it. and then meet you back for demold. Okay, see you later. I have got to go ahead and demold this. I'm going to do it before everything else because I'm super excited to see. Let me get this out. It came out real easy. All right, let's see what we got. We know it's going to be matte, so don't be shocked. Oh my goodness, that's cute. Look at that. And it does have the little flowers on it. I don't know if y'all can see it really good, but it's there. You can see that one, I know. I think I might put some rhinestones on him and make another mold. What do you guys think? Think that would be pretty? Let's get this out. That worked out perfectly, didn't it? Yes, it absolutely worked out wonderful. That plug is perfect for this. I don't know how I made this plug. I only have one of them. It had to have been from some kind of little bottle because on the bottom there is little numbers or something. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I made that, because if I sell this turtle, people might want the plug to go with it, or they could make their own. I don't know. I'll see what I can do on that. But we could definitely I wonder what it would look like if we top coated this part of the turtle and left the head and the little side right here matte, and maybe put some diamonds here and bling that part out. What do you think? Let me know y'all's thoughts on this. And should we make a mold of this little feller and put it in my shop? Let me know. What do y'all think? I think he's absolutely gorgeous. There are so many ways to make this turtle dazzle. So many ways. He's so stinking cute. All right, I had to demold that with y'all. I'll fill him up in a little bit. I got some other things I got to go do. I got my husband's spray for spiders because I got bit by one last week or 2 weeks ago. I can't even remember when it was. And I showed you all a picture of it. Well, that ticked them off. And I got bit twice again. And this time my legs, I've got one bite on my knee, on my right leg, and on my left leg, it's behind my knee. Yeah, and that's a really tough spot because of where it's at. So I guess the venom is really attacking me because my legs are real stiff when I walk. I didn't go to the doctor last time, but I'm going to have to go this time. It's really bad. I'll try to throw some photos in here and show you what they look like right now. But they're getting bigger and they're getting worse, so I think I'm going to have to go. We have really bad wolf spiders where I live at. And they're not tiny spiders, my friends. I don't know if you know the little saying that they say about Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. I don't know if that's true about everything, but I do know it's true about the spiders. My friend, I am not exaggerating. We have huge wolf spiders out here that will scare the mess out of you. And there are two things in this world that I am absolutely afraid of. Number one is a snake, and number two is a spider. So yeah, it's not going too well for me. I haven't been sleeping. All I do is sit up in the bed and I look around. I throw the covers back. I'm always looking. My mind is just gone right now over this. I have got to get a wrap on it because I'm tired. I've got to get some sleep. All right, I will see you all later. Y'all ready to get this out? And we've got some other things over here to demold. Then I made one of my little Hummers. I haven't made one of these in a long time. Okay, let's get this out. Well, let's go ahead and get these out first. That way I'll have all the room on my table because I'm going to move these over to the other table. There's our little crab. He's got to be cleaned up just a little bit, but he's pretty cute. Pretty cute. What do you think? Isn't he cute? And I just take this little blade right here and just kind of twirl it around in there. It gets the excess out. There we go. Kind of looks like a real crab, doesn't it? How their pinchers are orange and blue. Super cute. He found him a pearl. Yeah, he got a surprise. Okay, let's get my Hummer out. I over poured on it a little bit, but we can clean that up. Isn't he beautiful? I thought I'd outline him with something. I don't know. Then let's check this turtle out. Wait a minute, let me go get their shells. I laid their shells over there on the other table. Okay. I really want to see what this one looks like. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the little butterfly I put in there. Oh, it's so pretty. You know why I love this turtle so much? The head has this shape that gives you that 3D look. Anything that you put in there, it just really blows it up. Isn't that beautiful? Even his little feet are the same way. I love this little turtle. I ordered some more. So I've got, I think 4 more coming. And then that's the little shell. It's a shaker. You fill it up and then you put the little back on it. And it can be a refrigerator magnet, or you can drill a hole right there and make it a keychain or a purse charm. So now, let's get this one out. This is the one I put the netting in with the gold foil. I over poured on it a little bit, but that turned out really cute. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So pretty. Here's the shell. So we'll put his little shell on. I got to trim it a little bit. But there he is. Super cute. Okay. Oh. And I made this little angel here. Jeannie got me these little nail charms, inlays, little nail molds. Look at that angel. Isn't she cute? They're supposed to be for your nails. But I don't have long enough nails. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work for me. I'd have to chop off half of her. Or less than half. But you can definitely use them on resin. That'd be cute. So cute. Okay. Let's get this out. Here we go. I hope we didn't get too much black behind the inlay. And I hope our leaves and everything turned out. Alright, I'm going to use my heat gun and go over my mat here. Okay, all I do is I take this tool here and I use both ends. And I heat it up. And then I take this and I run it down the edges to get a clean cut off my inlay. It pulls up all that extra resin. So that way when we pull the inlay out, the resin pieces will be already pulled away for the most part. Oh my goodness, friends, oh my word. This is stunning. Just gorgeous. Look at that stone look that we got. Beautiful. Look up here. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. This is so beautiful. I've had a lot of people asking about this inlay. And I am making some to put them in my shop. So whoever wants to buy one, they can. It takes me 3 different pours to make these inlays. So this one's not easy to make, and it's thick. You're getting a very, very nice big inlay. All right, I'm going to take my heat gun and work on this a little bit right here. It didn't come off. There we go. Okay, there's something on this one that I see I have that I didn't have on the other one. I don't really know why. I mean, it's not a big deal. I can fix it. But I have 2 bubbles right here. One there and one there, which I can totally fix. Let's check out the lettering on the inlay. Let's see if we got any bubbles. I'm going to walk it together with you. There's a little one right there. Tiny one. Wow. I have almost no bubbles. There's bubble number 2. Bubble number 3. Bubble number 4. Is that a bubble? Yeah. 4 bubbles. This is so beautiful. I love how everything turned out. Oh, my daughter's going to love this. Tell you now, don't be picking at the resin. Don't take your fingers and pick it off, because you will pick up onto your tray, and you don't want that to happen. So get your heat gun and take a tool and just heat it up and then just rake it off. Don't pick at it, Because if you pull it with your finger without heating it up, it's going to rip. So don't do that. I did that on my last one and learned very quickly not to do that. Okay, I have a few more pieces down here. Let me show you how easy this comes off after you heat it up. Now watch. See that? Just comes right off of there. And you don't mess your tray up. So heat it up first. Now we're going to go ahead and work on filling the letters in with some gold leafing, a pen. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this time. I guess we'll go ahead and use the same pen I used the last time. The Let's Resin Chrome marker. I wonder if this one will work really good. I think I might try this one this time. Had never used that one. I did want to mention real quick that I don't use big fancy words. It doesn't mean that I don't know big fancy words. It doesn't mean I'm uneducated. I just choose to use simple words, not big fancy words. It's just who I am. I'm just a small town country girl. That's it. There's nothing fancy about me. I don't speak fancy. I don't have big fancy words for you. That's not me. It doesn't mean that I don't know big fancy words. But some of you may refer to this as embossing it. But for me, I would just simply say, I'm going to fill in the letters with a chrome pen. That's what I would say. And then if the letters are stamped in, that means we're going to deboss it. If the letters are risen, we're going to emboss it. See, I know those words, but I just don't choose to use them. It's just not for me. That's not how I talk. So I'm not going to start it now. But it just tickles me how some will come along and they'll school me or educate me. I just get so tickled at that. And I don't mean that in an ugly way. I promise I don't mean that in an ugly way. Because it never, ever offends me. Ever. I don't teach English class here. I'm not here to teach you English. So please, don't teach me English. Let me be me, please. That's all I ask, is to let me be me. I might not use the term you want, but I guarantee you understood what I was saying. Also, I am not talking to one certain person while I'm addressing this. So don't try to go to my last video and pick through the comment section and see who I'm talking about, because you won't find it there. This is not one person. This is many people in many different videos. It's just, it's been building, and I just thought that I'd go ahead and address it. So maybe we can knock it out the park and get it over with. And hopefully I won't have to deal with this in the future. Okay? All right, we're going to go ahead and fill in these little bubbles here. And then we're going to work on this with the UV resin first. And then I'll show you why that doesn't work permanently. Okay, now I'm going to cure it up. And now it's not going anywhere. And I'm going to move on to the next letter. Got a little bit too much on that one. Okay, I'm not going to go any further because that's enough to show you why it's not going to be permanent. Now I'm going to get my big light so you can't say that it wasn't cured up properly. And I'm going to cure it up for 5 minutes and I'll meet you back. 5 minutes is going to be way over the time it needs to cure. But I'm just going to do that just to show you that it's fully cured. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. So now I'm going to show you why this won't work. See there? Picks right off. Picking it right off. That's why I don't do UV resin for embossing. And the reason why UV resin won't work for this is because how do you cure UV resin up? Using a clear mold. The reason why you have to use a clear mold is because the UV resin needs to penetrate through this side and that side to fully cure that UV resin. If you're putting that UV resin on a colored piece, then the other side of the UV resin can't cure. I hope I'm making sense, my friends. I got the rest of that UV resin off of those letters there because we're going to do it with the pen. But there's one more thing I want to share with you, and maybe it will help you better understand it a little bit better. I don't know. I'm going to try, though. I made this shaker right here with 2-part epoxy, and I'm going to finish it with 2-part epoxy. But I want to show you what's going to happen if I try to finish it with UV resin. Okay? So I've cut out an acetate sheet, and we're going to take the UV resin, and we're going to place it right around the rim of this shaker, just how you would finish a shaker off. Okay. I'm going to put it down there, get you down a little bit. Then we're going to place that sheet right on top there, like so. And then I'm going to cure it up. And then after the light goes off, we'll flip it and cure it on the other side as well. Okay, now we're going to pull it up. We're going to flip it over and cure it on the other side as well. Okay, now we're going to pull that light up. And now I'm going to show you what's going to happen. When you give this shaker to someone, it's going to pop right off. Because you can't use UV resin to finish 2-part epoxy off. It doesn't work. It's not permanent in no way, shape, or form. And I'm only saying this to try to help you out because I don't want you to make something for someone and you sell it and then down the road they come back to you and say, hey, well, this happened to my piece. What happened? And then you're going to be in a pickle. That's not going to be very fun to explain at all. So hopefully this will help someone out. You can't take UV resin and finish this up. It'll pop right off. It's no way, shape, or form going to be permanent. All right, now I'm going to put you on a time lapse while I finish this up. But I'm going to get you down and show you how I'm going to do it. I went ahead and got that marker ready for us to use because it was the one I hadn't used yet. And what I'm going to do, I don't know if it's going to work well, but I'm going to try it. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to work pretty good. All right, that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go through and finish all the letters just like that. And then I'll meet you back. And I have finished, my friends. That didn't take me long at all. The last one took me a really long time because of the tip that I used. I shouldn't have used this tip. Why is my camera blurry? I shouldn't have used this tip. I don't know what's going on with it. This one worked the best. I mean, man, I just cruised right through there. This piece is beautiful. So beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what it is about the black and the white with the colors that I chose to use, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. I'm going to find something to hang from here for my daughter. And then hers will be finished. I wonder what it would look like if we took not this tip that I used to do the letters, but this one. I wonder what it would look like if we took it and we went on the inside here. I've done it now. Ain't no going back. Do you think that looks good? I think it does. I like it. It looks really pretty. Yes, that's what it needed. That looks beautiful. Yes, that's definitely what it needed. Definitely. Okay, I'm going to find some ribbons for the top of that and some cute little beads, and then we'll have it finished off. That looks amazing. Amazing. And I have finished it, my friends. That's the little beads I chose. And then the little ribbons. I wish I would have had a little bit different ribbon to put on it, but my daughter likes this, so if she likes it, I love it. It turned out absolutely gorgeous. This is my favorite by far, which I've only done two, but this one's absolutely beautiful. And I also went back to the first one, and let me show you what I did. I outlined it in that outside area too with the gold because I thought that turned out beautiful. And here it is. See how I went on that outer area on this one too? I think it turned out really pretty, really pretty. So this is the two I've done so far. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this inlay, my friends. Too beautiful, too beautiful. This one's going to my husband's grandmother. She's in an assisted living home, and this one's my daughter's. Now I'm going to make myself one, and my other daughter one, and my mother-in-law one, and my pastor one. And if you would like one, let me know. I'll make you one too. Or if you want to make your own, you can go grab the inlay. It is in my shop. I'll throw the link down below, which I think I put it in the video earlier, but I'll throw it here. It's my Buy Me a Coffee shop. If you will type that link in, actually, if you go to my description box and scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see the link there, Buy Me a Coffee. If you'll click on that, it'll take you directly to my shop. And right up top, it'll be a picture of me and my Chihuahua that passed away. And if you'll look right below our picture, it'll say Home and Shop. Click Shop, and you have arrived. And you'll find the inlay in there. It will be the very first listing, I believe. I don't know if I added some more things to my shop after that or not, but it should be right up top. So, yeah, you'll find it. It's there. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. And it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.